The Bangkok-based Asian Network for Free Elections, ANFREL, which sought accreditation in November, had hoped to deploy 80 observers for an electorate of 51.4 million people. But permission to monitor the poll was only granted on March 14, and so less than half that number will be on the ground for an election critics say has been stacked in favor of the military by the country's junta. Thailand's vote comes after nearly 5 years of direct military rule and is viewed as a contest between junta leader Prayuth Chan-ocha, who wants to stay on as elected leader, and a democratic front of parties led by the ousted pro-Thuksin Pheu-thai. A third faction, led the anti-Thuksin establishment Democrat Party, argues it can form a government that is neutral. A parliamentary system created by a new military-backed constitution, however, gives pro-junta parties a huge advantage over their rivals, including Pheu-thai, which is expected to win the most votes. Rights groups had called on the military government to allow foreign observers to monitor the election, but only ANFREL was given permission last week. As international observers, we have our own limitations. We can't challenge the law of the country, said Hetty Arachchi, a Sri Lankan national. The legal framework itself is not supporting the free and fair elections. The European Union said in a statement on Friday that it had not received an invitation to observe the election in time and would deploy staff members on a diplomatic watch for internal reporting only. The United States, which downgraded ties with Thailand following the 2014 coup, said it was very keen to see Thailand return to an elected government. We hope Thailand sees a government that reflects the will of the people, Principal Deputy Assistant Secretary for East Asian and Pacific Affairs, W. Patrick Murphy, said on a conference call with reporters in the region on Friday. Dictatorship versus corruption. Major parties held their largest rallies yet on Friday evening, ahead of the campaign cut-off time at 6:00 p.m., 11:00 GMT, on Saturday. More than 93,200 polling stations in 77 provinces will open at 8:00 a.m., 1:00 GMT, on Sunday. Junta leader Prayuth Chan-ocha crooned a ballad at a Friday rally of the military proxy Palan Pracharat parties in Bangkok to make his final pitch for staying on as Prime Minister. Almost simultaneously, Thuksin, whose affiliated parties have won every election since 2001, said at his daughter's wedding reception in Hong Kong, "We will win for sure." Seated beside the former telecommunications tycoon was the elder sister of King Maha Vajiralongkorn, Princess Yubalratana Rajakanya Siavidhana Barnavati, who shocked the country last month by accepting a Thuksin-linked party's nomination for Prime Minister. She was quickly disqualified by the Election Commission and the party was later banned from the race for breaking a taboo of involving the monarchy in politics. Under those rules, pro-military parties would probably need only 126 seats in the lower House of Representatives to win a majority in a combined vote, while opposition parties would need 376 seats. Pheu-thai's longtime rival, the Democrat Party, told voters at its Friday rally that they did not have to choose between dictatorship and corruption, respectively referring to Prayuth and Thuksin, who fled the country to avoid corruption charges in 2008. Time's up for dictatorship. Time's up for corruption, said its leader, Abhisit Vejjajiva, who could hold the key to power after what is expected to be an inconclusive poll that triggers intense horse trading among parties to form a government. It's time for democracy with integrity. Vote Democrat.